What's up, guys? Bull by the Fell-Handed here, bringing you the Art of the Bat 7. This is Sacred Valley Standard Battle. The greens have spawned in the southwest corner. The reds have spawned in the northeast corner. Now, as a Bat Chat driver, you have one of two options. You have one of two hills you need to go to. Either the hill on the right with the temple or the hill on the left. Now, they have changed the hill on the left since the last update. I haven't been up there a whole lot, but it is changed. It is different. So I would recommend to you run through that in the training room before you actually hit the lobbies in case you do want to go that way. Now, when you go up here and you cross this bridge, typically if they are pushing hard, you are going to spot a great number of them rolling up the side of that hill there. And what that will do is that will open up your greens to start putting fire on them. Now, you need to take the top of this hill as a Bat Chat driver. This is extremely important, although I would not do this without support. Just like if you look at my mines video, you know, going to K1, you don't really want to do that solo. You want to have backup, because if you are outnumbered, once you're out of rounds, the party is over. You need to rely on your speed and mobility to get out of there, and that always doesn't necessarily come through for you. So you need backup to come in this location. So right now, we have a couple of Bat Chats up here. You may meet a medium. You most likely every time will see a light. Granted, we do not on this game, but the lights always come up here to get a jump on things. Now, you will see here very momentarily what a cool head will do for a Bat Chat driver. You know, I'm always saying you have to have a cool head. You have to have a cool head. And granted, that works for other tanks, not just the Bat Chat. But you see, the Bat Chat is the fastest of the mediums. In the mediums, you have to have your thoughts in order. With the heavy tank, once you get to a front, you just kind of sit there and you exchange rounds, you aim at weak spots, you side scrape, you wiggle. There's not a lot of thinking. There's, you know, I'm not trying to downplay heavy drivers, but you don't have to be quick-witted. You don't have to keep your mind running. Okay, what am I going to do? Where's this guy going to go? What am I going to do when I'm out? What's my exit strategy? That sort of thing. So right now, if you look, they could have rolled us. Killing the M103 certainly did not help their case. They are terrified of us right now. Now, as I pass my man in the other Bat Chat, he is laying down continuous fire, and he's empty. Now, of course, I'm almost reloaded. This is what I've been saying the entire time. You need to find guys of like skill who are motivated to keep you alive. You need to be motivated to keep them alive. You need to work as a team. You need to work as a unit. You need to work together. I've been saying this since the beginning, and nothing has changed. You find this team of guys, you run with them every day, and eventually you're doing things that you don't even need to discuss. For example, in this game, we had no discussion about us coming up to this hill. Now see, of course, one Bat Chat, you know, gets his attention on the other flank while I come up for the kill. And that's what you want out of your teamwork. You want to just do things without thinking about them. So right now, it appears we have control of this top part here, and you want to be very careful and not range out too far, because the guys, you know, sitting at, say for example, B7, B8 near their spawn, there's a chance they could, you know, they could fire on you. So you need to be very careful when you end up breaking through this. You need to play it very cautiously. And keep in mind, I lost half of my health right off the gate just from all these tanks pushing this hill. So it's not quite health conservation mode. Health conservation mode comes when you're a one-shot for pretty much anything on the board. You don't physically want to spot anything. You want everybody to spot tanks for you. You don't want to do anything. So right now I'm spotted and I'm taking a round. And I kind of knew I was going to take the round when he came around the corner. And sometimes you're going to know. If you're not a one-shot, okay, fine. You know, you can take the round. But in that case, I knew I was going to take the round. And what was going through my mind was, okay, I could try to move and mess up my shot. and he may back off, and I may have to deal with him later, or I could just stand here and take it, because I was pretty confident that at that range he was going to hit me, you know, because the shell time. And that's the thing people don't realize, is it's, you know, not the armor or the speed. You know, sure, the speed if you're going flat out, but it's the acceleration which keeps the bullets off of you. If you can move and you can get that tank moving fast enough, the distance and the shell time, it all comes into play. It's, once again, we go back to mathematics. So that's where a very fast acceleration comes into play. That's where it helps you. That's what you want to do. So, you know, yes, if you're at a decent distance, sure, attempt to dodge shells, you may succeed quite a bit. But in this case, he was, you know, 100, 150 meters away. It wasn't going to happen. I would have moved, I would have still got shot. I might have wrecked my shot, and he would have still pulled back behind the hill. So, he probably would have survived. So, right now, we are both low health. And we are definitely in health conservation mode. You want to be very cautious. You want to take easy shots. You want to do what you can. And, you know, you need, I can't really stress that you need to play conservatively when you're a one-shot. Just ultra conservatively. Be very cautious. Only attack when you know there's a high percentage that you'll be fine. Like I said, you want to extend your life in this game as much as possible. You want to survive. You want to live. You want to continue doing damage. And it's not just for the bat chat. This works for any tank. Mediums more so, because mediums have the speed and the agility to come in and make hit and run attacks and leave and fade out. And that's what they excel at. And that's kind of what you need to focus on, is the ability to come in, do some damage, and leave. And the bat chat is very well at that, because it does very well at that, because it can come in, empty its rounds, and leave. But, you know, then we kind of are in the situation where, okay, should I roll this person? Should I not? What's the background? And, you know, the first thing you want to think of is not the guy you're about to roll. You need to think of, okay, who's behind that guy? Look at your map. Count the tanks. Okay, who do I not know where they're at? You know, variables. You know, just think the entire thing through. And then if you decide, yes, okay, there's one guy behind him, he's focused on this flank, but, you know, the tank for the most part is alone. Okay, fine, roll him, and then, you know, make plans from there. It's hard for me to tell you exactly what to do, as the battlefield, as you know, is so fluid. You have to roll with the punches. You have to make a lot of it up as you go. Experience is what will help you the best. And the best way to get that is just to get out there and start playing. But I'm going to try to assist you in any way I can in helping you figure out the mystery that is this tank. It does not perform like any other medium. The gun handling is the worst of any medium. The penetration is almost the worst of any medium. So it has a lot of drawbacks, but at the same time, if you learn how to combat these drawbacks, you can make the most out of this tank. So right now, obviously, you would want to go to the cap. You would want to defend the cap. Granted, if you started pushing the cap a little earlier, it would have been bad, because Artie would have been shooting at you and you'd have had, you know, 4 other tanks there. So some games you're going to lose regardless of what you do, and there's only so much you can do. My man's there bumped me by accident. It's not a big deal. It happens, you know. And that's the main thing, to not get upset when that happens. Things are going to happen. Accidents are going to happen. Obviously, he didn't mean to do it on purpose. And, you know, if it was one of your guys or one of your people who accidentally bumped you, you know, you need to forgive them. You know, I see a lot of people holding grudges over little tiny things. You know, just let it go and move on. Guys, this has been the Art of the Bat Chat Part 7.